Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about kindness and how kindness can affect a nation. So, kindness is not something that is just learned, it's something that is practiced. Uh, Kindness is the quality of being a good friend, being caring, and being considerate of one's situation. So, there's so many small acts of kindness that make a big impact on the world and create real change. For example, Toms, the shoes, Toms. Uh, we all know Toms to one, there may be another company trying to sell another shoe, but they're not. Uh, the business was started after the founder, Blake Makowski, was on a trip in Argentina and he witnessed the hardship of children living with no shoes. His solution was simple, but it was revolutionary. It made a big change. So now, every time you were to buy a Tom shoe, you were donating to those children in Argentina who do not have their shoes, And that's just, an example of kindness. I feel it's important to know the positive benefits of kindness because it has done endless revolutionary changes to our world. It has created a chain reaction. Kindness is not something, like I said, that you can just learn. It's something that is practiced. Kindness is the quality of being a good friend, being caring, and considerate. Kindness is very valuable as well in different cultures and religions. I have done a lot of research on different things that have happened in this world, such as charities and hurricane reliefs. I realized that all this was done out of kindness for others, for being considerate of one's situation. So today I'm going to talk to you about two things. I'm going to talk to you about how kindness affects children within our nation and how kindness affects poverty. Kindness can affect children tremendously, and there's this doctor, her name is Patty O'Grady. She's an expert in neuroscience and emotional learning and positive psychology, and she actually quoted that kindness changes the brain by experience of kindness. Children and adolescents do not learn kindness by only thinking about it and talking about it. Kindness is best learned by feeling it so they can reproduce it. For one, you get a caring, happy child when you implement, acts of kindness into their life throughout schools or, even just in their home lives. The good feeling that we experience when being kind are produced by endorphins. So, encouraging more kind behavior in schools by the giver and the receiver, acts of kindness help us form connections with others, which are reported to be a strong factor in increasing happiness as well. I'd also, the people experience a helper's high when they do a good deed. This rush of endorphins creates a lasting sense of pride, well-being, and enriched sense of belonging. So it's reporting that even small acts of kindness heighten our sense of well-being, increase energy, and give a wonderful feeling of optimism and self-worth. And that's why they implement acts of kindness into schools, for those exact reasons, so the kids can pick up on that. It's very important for a kid, It also increases peer acceptance. So there was like this research done on behaviors among adolescents, and it showed that when they were being kind, it increased their popularity and ability to form meaningful connections with other people. And being well liked is an important factor, for happiness in children. And, it increases the feeling of gratitude. You do something good, especially a little kid, they do something good, you give them candy or you buy them a new toy, it makes them feel good and it makes them learn that feeling of gratitude. So now that I shared with you some benefits to children from kindness, I would like to move on to how this affects poverty. So poverty is hunger, poverty is lack of shelter, poverty is being sick and not being able to see a doctor, and poverty is not having access to school and knowing how to read, Poverty is not having a job, it's fear for the future. Living day by day just trying to get by with what you have, and usually it's not a lot if you're living within poverty. Poverty has many faces, changing from place to place and across time, and has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is the situation people want to escape. So, poverty is a call to action for the poor and wealthy alike. A call to change the world so that many more may have enough to eat, adequate shelter, and access to education and health, protection from violence. So poverty happens in numerous places, in numerous communities, but there is ways to help, and there is ways that there is different things that have been put in place in different communities to help poverty, but it's still not enough. But, soup kitchens, for instance, you can come in and you can have a dinner, a warm dinner, one meal a day, but it's still something. They have, the Red Cross shelters, homeless shelters for the homeless people to come stay. They do get overcrowded, but they, those are all acts of kindness. Nobody has to implement those into any community. Nobody has to put that out there, so I just think that's great. So we got on here. Yeah, it's also acts of kindness are good for your health. When you experience acts of kindness onto you, it makes you feel good, right? When another person does something nice, it doesn't have to be giving you a materialistic thing. Just, telling you to have a good day or telling you they love you, it makes you feel good. Also doing acts of kindness has been proven to create happiness and make you, when you feel happiness, you're less stressed. You're not stressed with all these things. You just have that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of belonging, and so yeah, all in all, I think kindness it affects the nation positively.